Hi, thanks for coming by. This is Adventures of a Startup Founder, and my name is Maria. And I have a biotech startup, and I have two groups, community groups on Skool that I'm growing. And I guess you can kind of consider them startups as well, right? So, what I like to do is try to do a daily check-in and go through and check our metrics and see what has changed. So in terms of the startup, I have to do, still have to do the bookkeeping, and there was something else fun that I had to do, bookkeeping and backing up my computer files. So yet we're on day 3 of procrastination. Not good. Okay. All right. Let's move on and let's look and talk about the other groups. Okay. Or the other activities. Right. The other activities. All right. So let's look at Science Nerd. We got 64 members. 4 people are online right now. I'm almost thinking it's 10 p.m. here on the East Coast. I'm almost thinking this might be a good time for a meeting because I've noticed last couple of days are a ton of people online at 10 o'clock at night. So I might do that. We have a new addition right here. This is the kitty cat. Check this out. This is so gangsta. So there's that. And he plays different things. Make it rain. Like you said, I love it. Gangsta. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so that's cool. I learned how to do that. And then let's look inside our group and let's see what's going on. First of all, we had 16 visitors, 4 people sign up in the last 7 days, and a 25% conversion. Okay, let's look at the metrics. Right here, 4 activities today versus 63 that we had on Monday. So I didn't post anything new, and there's some noise outside if you see me stopping. I didn't post anything new. I did yesterday. I didn't post anything new today. Let's see how we're doing in discovery. We're at 521, so we lost a couple of points. We were at 518. We were at 518, and we lost sadly we lost a member today. Actually, I'm on one hand I'm quite devastated. So they were a very active member of the group, and they even showed interest in the topic that I had presented. But then I noticed like they were like, oh, great, whatever, and they're interacting. Next thing I know, they disappear, and I'm like, wait, what? And then so I text them. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, are you not enjoying yourself? You left? No, da da da, real long, like, um, I just spent 20 minutes watching something that is like, you know, not a peer-reviewed article, and this is just frustrating and whatever, and this isn't a good group because all you're doing is surveys and talking about pseudoscience and whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, thank you for the feedback. And yeah, lately we've just fallen down this rabbit hole of past lives, um, about we were talking about levitating, and we were talking about you know, what else were we talking about? Uh, um, like caustic, um, acoustic. Hold on, I can't pronounce the word. Acoustic records. And yeah, this is like metaphysics. This is like on the fringes of science, and like some people will vibe with it, and some people won't. And I think I lost, I lost two members because of it, two active members. So one, when I posted the real long thing about past lives, and then there was some questions on there, and um I was trying to make it scientific, like let's look at what kind of evidence there really is versus cultural and religious. But then I think the way I worded the question, like, what do you believe or what do you think? And like people don't really, sometimes they don't want to share what their personal beliefs on that kind of stuff. So I lost one member around that because that's a non-Christian topic. And so, yeah, I had somebody leave because it's a non-Christian topic. And then, which it took me a minute to figure out why they really left. And then the other person today, they just got pissed off and left. I guess they didn't like the topic. And like, it's hard because I I want to I want a safe space to explore those kind of things. And that was part of it. Like, let's talk about all kinds of science and all kinds of even the things on the fringe of science, because I want to understand like what, you know, what's the validity of these things? Like how much of it is true? Because, anyway, and so some people don't like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a category, a special category for that topic, and then go from there. So hold on, let's look at something else. Okay, and I really need to see if I'm really sharing or if I'm not before I move on. Yesterday I did like 4 videos and I realized that they were just four times I did the video, and then after that I just gave up and went to sleep. Like things weren't sharing. I wasn't sharing my screen. So anyway, I think I'm sharing. Okay, let's look at Startup Mentor. We got 56 people in here, but this is like this group, like I can't get it to, I can't get any activity out of this group. So I'm going to have to put some thought into like how to build it up. Let's see. 25 people came by. 1 person signed up in the last 7 days. 4% conversion. That's terrible. Let's look at the discovery. 4153, and let's look at the activity. Yesterday it was 2. Today meaning, from 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow, being Thursday, no activities yet. So there's that. Okay, and then let's see what else. What else do I have going on? Oh, let's look at YouTube. Okay. So are you guys building anything? If so, what are you building? Please, tell me in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys have work going on. And while we're waiting on my slow computer to load, looks like I have 4 views on the last 4 views, 6 views, for 12 views on the podcast. Hey, that's good. 12 views. Okay. And 10 views on The Secret, 8 views. Nothing's really changed with 8 views on the fundraising. Okay, let's look at the analytics. Yeah, 306 views, 6.1 watch hours. So the views went up, watch hours did not go up, and no more new subscribers. So I think I'm going to try to do some shorts and see how that goes. But anyway, that's all I have for today. If you have any ideas, thoughts, or comments, I would love to hear. Okay, well, thank you. Bye. Have a good night.